Live, maybe? There we are. What's up, everybody? We decided to just go straight up live. No pomp and circumstance today. I was trying to do some things, and it took me a little bit of extra time, but thanks for sticking around, and welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad. That guy over there is Fat Man Zoom. The stock market is crazy and chaotic. We made it our mission to help you own it. Fat Man Zoom, hit him up with the starting five.
I wish I could.
Just kidding. I'll hit him up with the starting five.
Sorry,
I got you.
I haven't loaded it yet. My bad.
That's all right. I got you. So the starting five is going to be Sean Ethier, Sam Cisneros, Jason Padilla, Fernando Pereira Medina, and Micah Morrison. I think that's how you pronounce that. Let me know if I butchered it. I usually am pretty good at doing that. So what's up, my man?
What's going on? I'm just loading into joining everybody here in the chat and the live stream.
It has been a rough day, I should say. At least for me, it has been. I
can't tell you how it's been for me because I honestly haven't looked at the market at all. I saw it earlier in the day and I saw it when it turned, and I decided to step away. I imagine my account is just absolutely bloody.
Yeah, the best thing to do today would have been to just not look at it.
Not as bad as I thought. Not as bad as I thought.
Things are starting to turn around a little bit. It was uglier like around 1:30, 2 o'clock today.
I will tell you that Lululemon has held up surprisingly well for me in general. And Delta Airlines, it looks like, is a green guy today for me, so that was good.
Yeah.
Added to that yesterday. So far that is playing out decently. Penn holding green, which is a little bit of a surprise. But no, man, I got fitted for clubs. Well, thank you. You're the one that got me fitted for clubs.
You're welcome. Happy birthday.
2.5 hours. I don't know. I've never gotten fitted for clubs, so I didn't know what to expect. And
I haven't either. So
I thought they were like, oh, hit a shot here, hit a shot there. You, for 2.5 straight hours, you hit nonstop.
Yeah.
So they gave me a 7-iron, and for an hour and a half, I hit a 7-iron. Different shafts, different club faces, all these things. And it was just a 7-iron. And then we went into driver. So you hit 3 or 4 different types of driver, and then 3-wood, and then your hybrid.
Yeah.
The wedges didn't take long. The putter didn't take long. But man, the 7-iron was forever. And I didn't have a glove, so my hands are like blistered now. But it was cool. It was really cool. He gave me a little mini lesson. He told me some things about my swing. Said I had my driver and my 3-wood, which I hit my driver horribly, but he said my club path is really, really good for my woods.
Yeah.
And it's very different than my irons. So if I can figure out how to put the two together, because there's some things like I swing way too fast for my woods, but my path is really good. My irons, I swing really well, but my path is not good.
Yeah.
So he's like, if you can figure those out, you should be in decent shape. So excited about that. Glad that's over.
That's good, man. I can't wait till we finally got all the measurements and we can get you your new set of clubs. That's going to be awesome. I always have a big problem with. I still have the baseball swing, so it's always been a challenge as far as the club path is concerned. But that's cool, man.
You know what he told me the best sport is for golf, that translates? It's surprising. If you had to guess what sport translates best if you come from one to golf.
Hockey.
Just as the mechanics. That is a good guess. He said tennis.
You know, I was going to be my next guess, but yeah, I can see that.
I thought it was baseball because you have to use your hips and torque and turn.
Well, I was thinking tennis because of the angle of the
hockey, you mean?
The racket. No, well, I mean, my second thought my second guess was going to be tennis just because of, I guess, the angle of the racket and your same thing, the path of the racket coming through and everything. So yeah, that makes sense.
What shafts and clubs did you get? So apparently I'm getting TaylorMade.
All TaylorMade, yeah.
They were extra stiff, and I couldn't understand what he was saying, but he said extra stiff TaylorMades. So
stiff shafts, always.
Stiffies. I was on the cusp. He's like, my swing speed for irons is around 90. Extra stiff for driver, extra stiff for wedges. He said my irons were on the cusp. And so he's like, I anticipate as you continue, your swing speed's going to get to a point. He's like, it's got to be above 90 consistently, and mine's 88. Mm-hmm. He's like, you'll get to 95. So,
is that when you have to switch to
Extra stiff.
Oh, okay.
So below 90 is stiff. I don't know what, I think it's like 80 to 90 is stiff.
Gotcha.
So he's like 90 is when you're supposed to shift, but like if you're just hitting 90 every once in a while, that's not,
Yeah,
you're
it's
not
not
ready
enough.
for that.
Right.
So yeah, extra stiff, mysterious gal, you got it. Yeah, so it's another tough day.
Yeah.
Man, is this what tomorrow's gonna bring?
I mean, this is what we said July was what was gonna happen in July. Nothing's
Well,
shocking.
where's the up choppiness? I'm only seeing down choppiness.
Hey, Friday, I was up 6.5% on last Friday. So last Friday was a pretty good day.
Yeah.
It may end up having, we may end up having a good day tomorrow. But why? What the hell's going on? Why is the stock market doing this today? Still, a lot of it has to do with inflation that continues to be the headline here. Jerome Powell was talking with Congress today about inflation and how basically making his case as to why they're going to continue to maintain things here. There's a lot of old heads, I guess, that are still just like worried about inflation because of what happened in the 70s. And really, that's the kind of people that are in Congress for the most part, right? I mean, that's what we're seeing, obviously. And so I think they're just having flashbacks of the 1970s, and they're thinking that it's just going to happen all over again. But I don't know. I think it just goes to just not fighting the Fed. And so for me, I ended up selling out of my Apple position. I actually did it. I was very happy with the trade that I made. If you told me that you could have bought Apple a week and a half ago, made 8% on it, I would have told you you're crazy. But I did, and I ended up setting a stop. Once it hit 150 and it got rejected, I thought maybe we would have a pretty down day, so I ended up selling that, and then added back to OIH because that came back down below 200, which I thought was an absolute steal. I added to Airbnb, and then I also added to Affirm as well. So those three I thought were pretty good adds given the amount that they've been beaten down. I think there's got a lot more upside there. I will wait for Apple to cool off a little bit. I think it could potentially retest 138, which I think is probably a pretty good support for it. And if it does, I'll be right back into Apple. But it made a lot of sense to sell out of that today as much as it had ran and then get into some of the stuff that's been beaten down all week long.
Yeah, I feel like our energy is low. I think because the music didn't pump us up. So we'll try to bring that energy up. Fortunately, we have our main man, Freddie, coming to the house in a second. He's not yet joining us yet, but hopefully that'll be a little punch in the gut for us. A shot in the arm. That probably sounds better.
Yeah.
But first, we need to pose off. For our thumbnails friends, bear with us a second. This is for us. This isn't for you. Do you want to go first? Or you want to double it up?
I forgot about the poses. I don't care. What do you want to do? Me first?
You first. Yeah. Go ahead first.
What do you? Okay.
All right. Are you rich? Key to wealth. Huh? Am I rich? Am I rich, bitch? Am I rich, bitch face? Next one is, the moratorium on student debt payments is due to end soon. Oh my God. Nobody's sure what will happen. What happens with the debt? All right, cool.
All right.
I'll go ahead.
Okay.
Camera 3.
These faces. They make for the best thumbnails, though. They really do.
The next short squeeze candidate. Ooh. I'm on the wrong side. Damn, I did it again. Ooh. Short squeeze. Oh, this one's good for short squeeze. Short squeeze. All right. Is Dogecoin dead? These are horrible. Is Dogecoin dead? Can Freddie see me? He can't see me.
No, he can't. No, you can just see me. It's pretty hilarious.
Oh,
though.
man. All right. And then let's just do a duo real quick.
All right.
It's a bloodbath out there. All right, good. We nailed it. These thumbnails are more fun.
All right. They're on point. All
right. It is 3:42 p.m. Eastern Time. 18 minutes till the market closes. Last Thursday, we began a little bit of a change up for our live stream. We brought our main man, Freddie Valoy, and he's back today, and he's going to continue to come back every Thursday. We need him. We do. this is probably not socially acceptable, but I don't know if it is or not. But
Just say it.
Java used to have, we used to call them juice monkeys. And juice stand for join us in creating energy. So this is probably very disrespectful and inappropriate, but welcome our juice monkey, Freddie Valoy.
Hit the like button for Freddie Valoy.
What's up, guys? How's it going? I love that. That's a great way to introduce me. I'm feeling extra stiff today, guys. That's a great.
Bro, you're looking good.
Thank you. I don't have the fancy lighting like you guys, so I just look sick right now. But it's okay, you know. We're figuring it out.
I'm wondering about the fancy shirts as well.
If you were a drink, if Freddie was a drink, what do you think he would be, Brad?
Banana kale, banana spinach.
Well, he'd have to be like a plátano.
Oh yeah.
Plantain. I would say he'd be a Cuba Libre.
Cuba Libre. Ooh,
Ooh, Cuba Libre. You know,
We are definitely going to get canceled.
you know what that means?
Right now? No, I do not.
Well, you know what a Cuba Libre is. It's a very common drink. It's just, do you know, Freddie, what it is?
It's rum and coke.
Yeah, throw that lime in there. It's a rum and coke.
I didn't know that.
And yeah, so do you know what that means? Cuba Libre? Libre? Sorry.
I mean, I guess free.
Free Cuba.
Free. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Free Cuba. That's very, very, very relevant. I like that.
It is. It is. We should be drinking
Especially
that right now.
with that uniform you have on.
Right? This is unintentional. Like liberator or like I'm running the communist movement. Either one.
Can we turn him up a little bit? Or can you turn yourself up, Freddie?
Yeah. How about that?
Oh, that sounds
so much better.
good.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, man. It's like flan. Just
Yeah, I'm all up in your ear.
nice. Jeff Panika is trying to get this to stick. He wants you to be the fiduciary comic, Freddie.
Yeah.
Ooh, fiduciary comic, Freddie. I like that. I like the alliteration. Big fan. Ooh.
Nice. All right. So Freddie comes and he just listen, Freddie's a comedian. He doesn't really get into the thick of the stock market, but we really bring him on just to like have a little fun.
Yeah.
I mean, stocks aren't that fun. They're pretty boring. It's the same thing every day. We got our man here just to kind of like bring light to the things. We want you to learn things, but also have a little fun while doing it. So Freddie's going to bring us some headlines that we've given him, and he's going to bring it up to us and get our perspective on it. So hopefully you get a little bit of education and maybe a laugh. Freddie, what do you got for us?
All right, guys. The first headline today, we got Oatley short seller says the stock is worth less than $10 a share after accusing company of overstating its revenue. So when I watched this guy give his pitch, I didn't like him at first because his sideburns were a little too thick for me. So off the bat, I didn't like what he was saying. But as the story kept going on, he kept making a little bit more sense. I guess from a financial standpoint, from my uneducated view. So this guy, he thinks Oatley's full of shit, essentially, and they're not giving a lot of information. They're valued at $12 billion right now. And from my, point of view, Oatley's hot right now. It's the wave, guys. Not me. I don't know about me. I don't really believe in graphs and stuff like that. That's dark magic to me. But Oatley, yeah, I mean, it's the new like almond milk. A lot of white women are drinking it, and if white women catch on to it, that's where things really start to take off. So, Oatley is looking good to me. But then I talked to Brad and talked to you guys, and it does seem like Oatley's fluffing the numbers. But you know what? Who isn't these days? A little bit, just to make yourself feel better. What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Man, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Really, the question here is, the key word is always short squeeze, right? So if you guys don't know what's going on, essentially what's happening here is that there's a report, and I want to get the actual. Spruce Point is the company that took a short position in Oatley, so they did have a short position in it. But it seems like it's fairly legitimate claims as far as financial practice, and they also mentioned environmental sustainability practices that they're saying were misleading. So you have two pieces here. Stock trades around a little under $20. Brad will get into the technicals a little bit, but what they're saying is they bet it's actually worth less than $10.
Yeah.
So almost cut that thing in half. Float currently, the short positions stands at about 1%, so not a lot, nothing, I guess apparently, but Will this be continue to go short? For you to be a short squeeze, I think you have to have some more shares shorted. But I think shorts will increase. I think this is potentially legitimate. The thing, though, Brad, with Oatley, and I kind of look at it as Beyond Meat, regardless of what they're doing or not doing, I think if you just look at the company and think, can it do well long term?
Yeah.
It struggles for me. Can this be a meme stock? Sure, it could. It has the branding, it has the pieces, the popularity of it, but I don't think it will be. And even if it is, I don't think it has the legs to stand on because it is just so niche. I don't know what the big deal is with oats. Maybe, Freddie, I know you have a nutrition background. You might know what the big deal is. I don't understand what the big deal is. It seems like a fad to me. It seems like with BYND, it's going to be really hard to grow your mass internationally.
Yeah. If you look at the chart, I mean, I will say this. So before I look at the chart here, they've also been through 3 auditors in like the last 3 years.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
So that's also another big red flag. And I know that, obviously this plays into the narrative of some of the short sellers, but listen, sometimes short sellers know what they're talking about. They know what they're talking about almost as much as the bulls do. You can make bull cases and bear cases on just about anything, and we're big proponents of that. But this definitely seems a bit shady, some of the things that are coming to light. So we look at the chart here, and it's came down as low as 18.19, which is below its IPO price. And I agree, man. The original valuation of this was around $12 billion for oat milk. I just don't know if there's enough demand for that to constitute a valuation of $12 billion. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. $10, I think, is definitely likely, especially if a lot of these accusations come out to be fact. Some of this stuff is speculative, but man, it does seem like there's definitely something here that doesn't seem right.
Mm-hmm.
Axler said that if you just go to the store, you can see that Oatley's losing shelf space. So that'd be a good thing to look at next time you're at the supermarket, is to compare the shelf space of Oatley to some of these other guys.
Oh yeah, boots on the ground due diligence.
Right?
Social orbits at its finest. Yeah, so we'll see. But I don't think, if somebody really wanted to short this, I'm not sure it's a bad move. It remains to be seen. What do we got next up?
So just so I understand, is Oatley screwed right now?
I mean, it's down 7%. It's down below where it actually started to go public at.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I would stay away from it on the short term perspective. I honestly, short term or long term, yeah, I would stay away from it.
Yeah.
there's like other oat milk brands too that are doing it a lot cheaper. So I don't know. All right. So story number 2, Dogecoin co-creator explains why he doesn't plan to return to crypto, and he's saying that it's because that it's controlled by the small, wealthy elites. I find this weird because he created a bullshit coin himself,
right?
And now he's trying to call out the whole crypto market. It's fun and cute when you made all your money. Now you want to be talking crap. I find that a little weird. He also said that he created Dogecoin because the crypto community was super. They weren't inclusive, which I've never gotten that vibe from when I talk to people with crypto. If anything, they're really trying to get people on board. I just found this story very weird. But what do you guys think? Is Dogecoin dead?
I'll start with that one. Well, so we got to remember that Dogecoin was intended to make a mockery of crypto. So it was never supposed to be a viable solution.
Right.
And it happened by accident. So the fact that he's kind of poo-pooing crypto in general doesn't surprise me, because it's not like they were like, we believe in it, let's create, an altcoin. He did. Maybe I'll push back a little bit, Freddie, because I do think I can see where he's coming from, because I don't think they're I think the crypto community is inclusive if you believe what they believe. If you don't believe what they believe, and if you don't cheer on crypto and think it's the next greatest thing, Brad, you can speak to this.
Yeah.
If you're not on board with them, we deal with this shit all the time.
Yeah.
They're assholes.
Right.
And that's the thing, is like, that's not a healthy community. A healthy community is not, hey, let's all agree on the same thing. A healthy community challenges, and we've never been against crypto, but we've said, hey, we're a little bit more cautious. And even just us saying be cautious, I mean, you won't believe the messages and the comments we get because of that.
That's real bad. I mean,
yeah, that makes sense, because it is a newer thing. It's like under 2% adoption, and it is a good idea through and through. So they, if you think you can see the future and no one else does, there's a little bit of that fanaticism that comes in there. So,
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, Bitcoin people, calm the fuck down.
It's all
it's a good idea. It's philosophically sound, but just chill the fuck out. Be cool. Act like you've been there before, bro.
I couldn't have said it better, bro. Act like you've been there before. You're making a mockery of yourself.
I'm on board. I really do think it's the future, but come on, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Is Dogecoin dead? We got to get Andrew back on. Guys, if you haven't seen the episode with Andrew Thale, who actually was on Freddie's podcast, but we had him on, we released a video talking about more crypto as it pertains to Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it was a really good conversation. We plan to have him on in the future. And one of the topics I do want to discuss is Dogecoin. This may be a better question for him. I would not put any money into something that was created as a joke.
Yeah.
Like I don't see it. I'd rather stick to Bitcoin and Ethereum. My favorite's still Ethereum.
What do you guys think of penny stocks? Because the way I look at these altcoins as like a penny stock too, like if that was all real money, those are the penny stocks, and Bitcoin is more of like the Amazon, the Apple in that world. What do you guys think of penny stocks here?
Yeah, I mean, I think the correlation makes sense. I used to trade penny stocks, and that's kind of what I made a living off of before I decided to trade in larger cap stocks and that sort of thing. So there's definitely some correlation there. I couldn't tell you how crazy penny stocks were when crypto first kind of like really started to become popular in 2017. I mean, every penny stock that was out there was creating some sort of bullshit cryptocurrency, and everybody was buying up. Pump and dumps were all over the place. So, and we see that with some of these quote unquote shit coins now too. You know, there's a cryptocurrency just called ass or whatever, you know, cum rocket, whatever it is, it like goes crazy, you know? And so there's definitely some correlations that you can draw and some parallels with penny stocks, but yeah, it makes a lot of sense if you try to draw that same comparison.
Cool. All right. So number 3, oh man, student loan debt moratorium. They're about to that hold on student loan debt. That's about to end October 1st, 2021. So before, people were paying 46% of people were paying student loan debt, and when they took a break, because you still had the choice to pay if you wanted to.
Yeah.
That number went from 46% to 1%. And
damn.
Yeah.
Wait, I missed that. What'd you say?
So the student loan paying it or whatever, that moratorium, that's going to end October 1st.
Yeah.
And before that, people were paying at a rate of like 46% of people were paying them off. And when they allowed people to not pay, you still had the option to pay. So that number went down to 1%.
That's crazy.
That is wild.
Young
right?
people, right? These
That
are
is-
like early 20s, I guess.
That is really wild.
That is insane. So now things are going to look, I think things are going to look a little different here. You know, people are talking about the things, economically bad things are going to happen. I mean, it seems like the light is going to be at the end of the tunnel now that this thing is going to be lifted, because I have to imagine 6 to 12 months after that, it's going to, foreclosures, things like that. What do you guys think?
Is it going to be lifted though? I mean, my thoughts are that, if the Fed is making arguments that the economy isn't coming back as fast as it should, and we're seeing people continue to sit on their ass and collect benefits from, some of the unemployment stuff that's still going on, and they could keep extending that, right? So my thoughts are like, if they stick to the deadlines, then I think that they're obviously going to be forced to do so. But there's definitely risks involved with the Biden administration, because they've been so, I guess, like pro, let's help people who are in student debt and that sort of thing. Yeah. So I think there's definitely an interesting dynamic there. I'm not quite sure that people are going to be forced to start making payments again on the 1st. We'll see how that shakes out.
Freddie, I want to ask you this. So I had a lot of student loan debt. Well, I don't know what a lot it's considered, but I had, I think, like almost $100,000 in student loans, and I paid it. Like I was really aggressive in paying it off, so I have no debt in general. Mm-hmm. But my my biggest liability was my student loan debt. So I paid a shit ton of student loans off. Freddie, you've been aggressively tackling your debt, which I imagine most of what you have left is just student loans, and you had even more debt than me, I believe. As you come sort of the home stretch of becoming debt free, would it piss you off, like, let's say next year, if like they forgave all student loans and you're like, I just paid off 6 figures worth of student loan? How would you feel about that? Would you be pissed and bitter?
No.
Really?
Oh, yeah, not at all. I'm weird though. I want to pay mine off before they cancel them, because I have this weird thing, because I've had a weird relationship with money all my life. I didn't really get good with it until I'm 35 now, until I'm 32. So I feel like there's just this like thing for my soul that I need to figure this thing out, because I think that'd be a big win for me. So when I, 4 years ago, I was at $103,000 in student loan debt. And now I'm down to like $36,000.
That's awesome.
That's incredible.
Yeah, doing the Dave Ramsey debt snowball. Now I'm down to the smallest loan, so that's $1,700. Going to that. I kept paying through COVID and all that, even though my income went way down.
You were part of the 1%?
Oh shit. Not the 1% I thought I'd make it to one day, but it's a start, guy, So I'm I actually would not be upset, because it's life, man. Some people are going to catch a break, and you just keep your head down and focus on yourself. That's like the whole comparison thing, comparing yourself to others and all that.
That's fair.
Which we get into in the next headline, actually, but we'll stay on here. So it's just, I'm happy for them. Who knows what they're going through? Maybe that shit saved their life, prevented them from killing themselves, whatever. I'm just going to focus on me.
All right, let's get that last headline out of the way before the market closes.
What?
Let's get that last headline out of there. Don't we have one more topic?
Oh, yeah. The last headline, are you rich? How the wealthy are defined. And this one is, it's eye-opening. So this article says that last year they did the Schwab survey, which it's good. Every person I've met that's a Schwab is a stand-up individual, right? So that's how I know it's good. 1.9 million in net worth qualifies you as wealthy, right? 2020 they did that same Schwab survey, and it was 2.6 million. So that financial wealthy bar has been lowered, which I think COVID was a big hit in the perspective for a lot of people, which I think had something to do with that. Then they talk about net worth versus income, and then they talk about the main thing here is the differences of the definition of wealth. They're from the boomers to now, millennials, Gen Z, Gen Y. Boomers, they're consumer. That's a consumer generation. They want their things. They want their bigger houses. And I'm speaking generally here. And the other generation, their wealth is more based on experience and life impact and things like that. And that's how broke people talk. You know what I'm saying? When you're broke, you're into minimalism and you're into all sorts of weird things and crystals, because you got to figure it out. You can't figure out how to make money other ways to be happy, which is actually a good thing. But it's just the generational thing is different, and then the times are different. So I actually like that they brought that up in the article, because immediately I like to make quick judgments and then read through and then change my mind all the way through. And I was like, oh, fuck, this is some fucking finance article. They're going to say, this is how you're wealthy. So I was already like, how can I bring the conversation to, it ain't all about just financial wealth,
Yeah.
And then the article did that, and I think they did a good job. It was really cool. This is a Yahoo article you guys sent me. If you guys want to check it. Are you rich? How the wealthy are defined. What do you guys think? What's your definition of, I guess, what's your scope on the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I like to view wealth as I'm living comfortably and I'm happy, and I don't have to, if I just want to go out and buy something, I buy it. Yeah. But I'm also I don't want to say that I'm a minimalist either, but I'm kind of one of those people that have money and don't look like they have money. Those are the kind of people that I hang with. And I actually have one of my mentors that kind of taught me how to trade. He's worth about $10 million. He still drives a 2012 Infiniti G35 and it's all beat up, and he lives in a little townhouse, but you wouldn't know that he's got all this money. And that's kind of just how I choose to live my life. I don't really like to flash it around, but yeah, I mean, I think that it makes a lot of sense the way that the article was laid out, I thought.
Listen, like Bob Marley said, money don't make me rich, I'm rich in friends. I'm rich in love. I'm rich in the Mary Jane. Do I sound? I don't even. Who do I sound like? I feel like I sound like somebody else.
It wasn't Tracy
I'm rich
Morgan.
in the Mary Jane. I have horrible accents, bro. Money don't make me rich.
And the article talks about comparison, and this is what messes people up. You don't need to hit that 1.9 million to be happy. You just
Right.
need to, not compare yourself to your neighbor. And I mean, that keeping up with the Joneses thing is real. And it's so real. Like, you need to be aware of it, or it'll seduce you and take over if you're unaware. It's crazy. When was the last time you guys compared yourself to the Joneses, or at least when you snapped out of that mindset?
Oh man,
If me happy, me rich.
that's Jesus Christ. I still struggle with that. I mean, even on YouTube, like I struggle with that. Like I struggle with comparing myself with other YouTubers. It's a real thing. But
Yeah.
I mean, we got people that are watching right now that are literally here every day, and sometimes, and I apologize. Sometimes I take that for granted and not realize like the community that we do have is something special. And if it continues to grow, awesome. But we're in a really good spot where we're just having fun and we really enjoy just being around each other and you guys. And that's something that I think that I need to continuously remind myself, not that I need to be the next 1 million subscriber channel.
I'll say I'm a little different in the fact of I like to go against the grain almost intentionally. So like I'd rather do things others won't do or can't do. I get satisfaction and gratification off of that. What I will say is the moment that I realized that that I didn't need to worry about money was actually COVID made me realize that, because COVID, I lost all my clients except for one, and I had to figure out how much I needed. And when things came back, I was like, well, how much, like, what don't I have? Like,
Yeah.
what am I wanting for? And the answer is anything I want to do, I can do. Now, me personally, now there are things I can't do, but nothing stands out like, man, I wish I could do this. If I wanted to travel the world, I could do that. And so I realized, you know what? I'm just trying to get more money just to get more money. And the reality is I need to focus on other things like my happiness. And so that COVID actually made me come to reality on like, how much money do I need and what is important to me?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That was two amazing perspectives, Brad. I love you, the way you spoke from the heart, man. I felt that, dude. That was a lot of appreciation coming out of that. And Christian, I think that against the grain mentality is what I'm trying to put myself with the financial thing. As a person that's financially dumb, it's like, no credit cards, that whole thing, whatever. Like, so it's a very nice nice reminder. I just want enough money to where I could spend $1,000 like playing a prank on a friend. I know it doesn't need it.
Yeah.
dude, Claudia hit the nail on the head. I'm sounding Irish. I was like, I don't sound Jamaican, man.
A little bit of Conor McGregor.
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing?
Who the fuck is this
fucking
guy?
leg. But the last thing I'll say, and I know we got to move on to Alcoa Earnings. The last thing I'll say is, I do it with cars. Cars are the best example. I've actually downgraded, or whatever the word is. I've downsized in cars almost purposely. And I wanted to get a really nice car. And then I was like, what if I use that money to buy a stock? So my lease expired. I'm getting rid of a car. And because I want to just use Ubers, Birds, and Zipcar and see if I can get by with it and use all that money to invest. And I want to suffer.
Yeah.
So I've done that. My last car, I went from an Accord to a Civic for that reason, because I want to be like, most people go from a Civic to an Accord to a Lexus. I want to go the other way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not me. Actually, I bought my very first brand new car recently, in the last 6 months.
Oh, that's great, dude.
So,
Yeah, and that's where we're very different. Like I understand the urge people have, and I understand people in that way, where I like to be able to be like, I don't have a car, and like most people would be like, why? I can't do that. I don't want to do that. It's the same with drinking. Why I quit drinking.
He's like, I want to ride my unicycle around. What?
Yeah,
Why
what do you want with that? We have a friend who has a unicycle. All right, Freddie, stick around. We're going to get on to earnings. Feel free to hang out and jump in, chime in as you will. But the market's closed. Brad, give us a breakdown on the market. And we have Alcoa Earnings, which is a position I am in. So hopefully, I'll give, if you want to do the technical or talk about the market, I can give the numbers for Alcoa.
Yeah, so the overall market was closed a bit mixed. S&P 500 closed down around 0.3%. The Dow actually had a really nice comeback. It was down over almost 150 points. It might have been down 150 points today. It came back and actually closed green. NASDAQ was down 100 points, almost 1%. So a pretty mixed day. It's been all over the place, guys. The chop continues. The chop continues in July, and again, nothing really all that surprising. I think that we do start to see this turn around the later we get into July, and as we get into August, I think we could start to see a really strong second half. So hang in there for those of you guys who are feeling a little bit woozy from all of the crazy roller coaster ride in the markets. I think that you're going to be fine. But yeah, Alcoa came in with earnings right now. It doesn't look like they've reported quite yet, or have they?
I don't think they have, but let me set it up for people so they have the information. So earnings per share estimates for Alcoa are $1.37 a share. If they beat, this could be a record quarter. I'm excited. I think they're coming in at 152, but let's be clear, folks. This is a high bar that they've set. What I'm really excited about and why I'm really confident about this earnings is that they have not given their sales or profit numbers for 2021. As we've seen, the companies are now giving the forecast and they're increasing it. So I expect, Brad, for them to give those numbers. If they don't, it'll be devastating to the stock, in my opinion.
Yeah.
More importantly, we need it to be above $10 billion for their forecast. So for 2021, if they forecast above $10 billion, I think this has a potential to go off. So 152 is my estimate. 137 is what the analysts are estimating.
Yeah, right now it doesn't look like we have too much of a reaction. It's up about 0.5%. So nothing too crazy just yet. I'm guessing that we have Arfin hanging out in here as well. We got 135 of you guys hanging out watching us live. So we certainly appreciate you chilling and allowing us to be a part of your afternoon. Looks like the numbers are going up there too. If you guys wouldn't mind giving us a thumbs up to help support the channel, we certainly would appreciate it. Hit that like button.
Freddie, did you like it? Did you like the live stream? Did you hit the thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. Boom. Jessica Hernandez says, I respect Freddie for not being bitter about possible breaks for others. I am part of the 1% in paying off my last student loan.
Hell
Feels
yeah.
different paying myself, but no shame when breaks are needed. Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. I like that.
Yeah, so Alcoa was on the watch list, and basically what I just said was what was in the watch list this morning. Guys, we send out a free watch list, 5 stocks that we're watching every morning before the market opens. We give a fundamental breakdown, a technical breakdown on stocks that we think we want to keep an eye on. If you're interested on the free watch list, go click the link in the description. It's at ownthechaos.com. You can get those 5 stocks we're watching every single day.
Yeah, and I wanted to address, so Don's actually asking what's Freddie doing here. So for those of you guys who are just tuning in, or maybe you didn't watch last week, we decided that we were going to bring Freddie Valoy on. He is a local comedian down in Raleigh, and decided we wanted to bring some more of an entertainment factor to our channel. So every Thursday we're going to have Freddie on, and we're going to read some headlines. He's going to give some of his unbiased, non-financially educated point of view. And
we got a boner candle alert.
So
is that a boner candle? Yes or no?
Yes, it is.
Sorry.
And so that is why we decided to bring Freddie on. Leave us some feedback. What do you guys want to see more of on these Thursday live streams? Let us know in the comments below. But yes, Alcoa is actually starting to move. It's up 2% right now after hours.
What is the line? What is our clip? That's a nice super boner right there. What is the line? It's going to turn red.
A lovely green one.
It's going to turn red. Freddie, when we say a boner, I don't know if you could see this, but the candle, it's a big candle. It's basically a candle that shoots up. It's like 3 or 4 times larger. Right now, the boner is now gone. We're seeing a bit of shrinkage. Hopefully that thing don't turn red. Hopefully that green candle doesn't turn red.
Yeah.
Don said, is Freddie getting into stocks to support that wife at Target?
He's referring to the my TikTok videos. I have 4 TikTok videos go viral, so check those out.
Yeah.
It's just about women in Target. So
Claudia asked, "Do you tour?"
I'm not really right now, but I will be in New York this Saturday, 5:30 at Broadway Comedy Club, and I'll be in Brooklyn on Tuesday in Williamsburg at Pete's Candy Shop. Go to my Instagram and purchase tickets there. So
It'd be at Freddie Valois, correct?
yes, sir.
There you go.
I don't know if Arfin's in the house.
I don't know if
I'm
he
gonna
is
go
or
to
not
Twitter,
either.
the Twitterverse to see, because I would imagine that the numbers are out. How pissed is American Airlines that Alcoa's ticker is AA?
AA, I know. Instead of AAL.
All right, so we have, this is just a note on Twitter. Alcoa set record for highest quarterly net income and earnings per share. We said it.
Yep.
We said it. All right, here are the results. Earnings per share, 149. I just missed it. God damn. So they beat earnings per share. We said 137 was the estimate. They came in at $1.49. Looks good. Sales beat. Estimates were $2.64 billion. Came in at $2.83 billion. Earnings per share, or as Freddie likes to say, what did he say?
Fire
Shit.
protection services or eternal people spotter.
Yes. I'm not getting numbers. They said they continue to expect a strong 2021, but I'm not seeing a number yet. We might get that in a second. I hope they gave a number. I hope they gave estimates on the year.
Yeah, so for those of you guys who don't really know or familiar with Alcoa, it's an aluminum company. Another materials play. We've been talking about this for the last several months about how materials are going to continue to do well. This just goes and supports that. With aluminum shortages have been a thing. So what do we hear? We heard this from Budweiser, I think, was having trouble with can.
Yeah. Well, our buddies at Hoop Tea
Yeah, we're having trouble with their cans.
were having that issue, but Bud as well.
Big time issue with aluminum. But with low supply comes high demand, and the price goes up. So
I want to say they were ordered it was something crazy, like 6-month back order for them to get aluminum.
from the Hoopty guys,
Yeah.
wow,
It was something crazy.
that is crazy.
So that's insane. I'm not seeing it, guys. If you guys see this number, I want to know if they give, which it may take a second, if they give 2021 guidance.
Yeah.
On revenue, specifically revenue, because that's going to be really important. So far, so good. It's kind of hanging out, but I feel good about it. I feel good about my position. Now I need Clover to get its life together.
Yeah.
But that's another topic for another day, friends. Do
Faux show.
you have anything else?
Jeff Bonica says the company's aluminum segment is forecasting double-digit growth on year-over-year sales
Like that?
of value-add products. That's pretty good, pretty dope. That's pretty awesome.
But you got to give me guidance, people. We need guidance.
Shout out to Jeff Paunica. I like his nomenclature. I'm really liking the fiduciary comic thing. It's sticking.
Freddie, the fiduciary comic, is that what it is?
I think
Triple
so,
F.
Yeah, I just just to keep, because I'm going to grow financially here. I don't think I'm always going to be a financial dumbass. I think, I don't know, who knows. Historically, that
The longer you're with us, the more it'll start clicking.
Yeah, me and my girl had a meeting with a financial advisor to do like the long term stuff. So I actually start a retirement fund in like the next month or so. So
If he didn't tell you to just buy Apple and forget about it, then fire him.
okay,
I'm sure he was like, you need some life insurance, and then
Yeah,
you need
right,
some
yeah.
pet insurance.
Yeah.
And then maybe you need this reverse thingy and thingamajig.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, hey, pussy, what do you think about Apple?
Oh, my God. By the way, people don't know this. I'm about to get my Series 7.
Yes.
Stay tuned, people.
Fat Man Zoom's getting his Series 7 license. If you guys don't
First
know,
Puerto Rican in my family to get the Series 7. If I do, it's going to be a big deal.
First person in your family, right?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, person. You're right. Thanks for clearing that up.
if you don't know what a Series 7 is, it basically allows you to give advice and then also make purchases on behalf of others. There's obviously, it's a very basic way of explaining it, but we have our trading bot that we've been building with our other partner, Jake. And in order to be able to sell this bot, we need to have one of us that needs to be licensed. Fat Man Zoom, volunteer distribute.
Yeah, and then I'll have to get the Series 63 or 65
awesome.
after that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's a really cool thing to be working at. What's the people in the chat? What's the big thing that you guys are working on? I'm curious to see some of these answers, dude. Christian, good job, dude. This is
Thanks, brother.
yeah, good for you guys. Brad, thanks for being a good influence on Christian. I just want to thank you. Where that guy would be without you, dude. Let's
Listen, I appreciate you recognizing that, Freddie.
yeah.
Fat Man Zoom.
Sorry, yeah, that's
Don't
right,
ever
man.
use my government name on YouTube. Crazy?
Snitching here. This is crazy.
The 63 is a tough test, Jeff. I took that. I had my 63 and 6 to let them expire, and I basically said I'm not taking them again. So Fat Man Zoom said I'll do it.
It ain't harder than the HIV test. Talk about a stressful one.
That's true.
That's one test you don't want to fail. Am I right? I'm just kidding. That's fucked up. That's messed up.
Oh man.
Thanks. Well, don't congratulate me yet. I'm just taking it. Doesn't mean I passed. Congratulate me when we pass. I'll certainly keep you guys posted.
Hey,
Let you know.
Rudy Brown's taking it too.
You can be study buddies.
Brown, is that her name?
Rudy Brown. It's his name, but yes.
His name, Rudy Brown. Yo, shout out to you too, bro. That's you guys got big balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if a girl taking it, you got big whatever the equivalent is, big ovaries. You
Ovaries.
Savvy Money said HIV test came back actually negative.
Mine came out maybe.
You said all your results came back positive? You don't want that test coming back positive.
Yeah. What was? Oh. Well, we'll be praying for you, Savvy Munch Show.
Yeah.
Take whatever Magic Johnson's taking, because that dude's living longer than all of us.
Yes.
Hey, just put the subscription for Own the Chaos on automatic, just so we keep, you keep supporting the cause even in the afterlife.
Yeah.
That's so messed up. This whole episode it's been a train wreck since the beginning.
It has been, but that's all right. This is all a learning curve, folks. And we're doing this for us right now, but we certainly appreciate you hanging out. If you guys are having a good time, certainly hit the like button. I actually saw somebody talking a bunch of shit. I had to scroll back up, but they were really irritated that we were just bullshitting around.
A beaver hunter. Yeah.
Yes. First of all, I can't take anybody whose name is Beaver Hunter seriously.
If you're a beaver hunter, you are under the age of 14 years old. There's no doubt in my mind.
How's your name Beaver Hunter and you're angry, bro? You're not walking the walk and talking the talk.
Especially if you're Canadian, because isn't that what they call them? Isn't that the derogatory term for Canadian?
Really, is it? Here's the other thing.
Pretty sure it is.
I'm pretty sure if your name is Beaver Hunter, you're not successful at hunting beaver.
Probably not.
Just a guess.
Probably not.
You know what I'm saying? You probably drive a gigantic truck.
Yes. Just to kind of update you guys on some stuff that ended up taking place today. AMC actually did have a little bit of a comeback. It was up 8% after being down 55% from its highs. And Alcoa, we talked about that. If you guys are just tuning in, they ended up smashing earnings. They had earnings after hours today. On the beginnings of the earnings season. Tomorrow there isn't much to report on. Next week is going to be a really important week. We have a lot of big names coming out, Snapchat, Twitter, just a ton of them. And then the week after that is when the big fangs, the big tech also will be reporting. So lots of stuff going on. I think Netflix is next week as well. So lots of really good stuff coming up, guys. I can't wait for next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I think it's going to do it for me.
FBI seized 1.5 tons of beaver dick from Canada. Don Front wants everybody to know. That's all I got. Freddie, always a pleasure, my friend. He's here every Thursday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. Freddie Valoy, at Freddie Valoy. Check him out on Instagram and all the other platforms. Yeah, I'm good to go.
Saturday, guys. Check me out. If there's anybody out there, I'll be in Midtown Manhattan at Broadway Comedy Club. Come check me out. Chaos Crew, love you guys. Thank you, guys.
Perfect.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.
This is so much better. Bye. He's like another octave above me.